While we're waiting, just let you know, we posted a new version of Odoia. Remember last week there were a few nits that we picked, and so the new version has got all the corrections.
Is that in with all the other music or?
Yep.
You know, we
It's in the same
thank
place as the.
thank you for indulging the early start time. Maybe we'll jump in and get
Let's
going.
do it. We got enough people, and we are
Yeah,
recording.
yeah. So for a gentle start, let's go through the pasture. I thought we would just um, review things um, this afternoon. For sure with the American, and then we can get to we could screen share the new Odoia maybe, since we did such good work on that last time.
Sure, we can do that.
So here is the pasture. Sorry, here we go. Bass, baritone, tenors. Sorry. Let's go again from "It's So Young," top of page 9. It's so young. It told us when she sit with her dove. I shan't be gone long. I shan't be gone long. 3, 4, 1. Off. I turned too many pages. Sorry. Let's start again. I'm sorry. Top of page 6. Bass, baritone, tenors. I'm going on to bring the pasture spring. And we do breathe here. I'll stop to wake the leaves up. And watch the water clear I shan't be gone long. Shan't be gone long. 3, 4, 1. You come Good, just turn it over. Simple gifts. And I'll try to get back in the groove here. So, just a reminder, the upbeat's going to be unison. That's our key. Basses, 'tis a gift to be simple. Baritones, 'tis a gift to be simple. To lock in, and the tenors will have the tune, gift to be simple. So, 'tis a gift to be simple. Sorry. To turn is a unison. To turn, to turn, to turn. Here's when, letter A. When, and when. Oh, simplicity. To bind, to bend, shan't be shaped. Yeah, upbeat to 24. And when we lose ourselves in the stars above, bass, baritone. When we lose ourselves in the stars above, and when we lose ourselves in the stars above. So here's upbeat to 24. I'm sorry that I played badly, but here we go. 1, 2, 3. And when we lose there we go. Twill be in the valley of the light. And then C again. Sorry, will be our delight. Slowing down. And you back off and let it settle. And this was quite beautiful in DC, so I think we'll be fine once we rehearse it. Good. How can I keep from singing? And Ray was doing this beautifully in DC. I think Tom would do it nicely. Chris Smart's not on this call. He could do it. I don't know. John Burt, not with us today, but Ernie, maybe. Anyway, it's a trio up until letter C. So, my life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. Then duet, then a trio. Sorry turn the page. And everybody. So bass melody, tenors of descant. Crescendo. And then a solo a little bit free. Not pressed. Mute up. So that's, and then there's a little break after the fermata as well. Unison. Diminuendo as well as retard. Carry over. And you hold until Eric gives us that little angelic aura. Good. Steal away. And just to remind you, because I'm going to keep going, if you look at the very last measure, basses, low basses, the interpolated E flats, that eighth note low E flat, and then you go up to measure 8, the fine bar, that happens on the fine as well, even though it's not written there. So when we get to measure 8 the very last time, you'll do that. It's intuitive, but that happens. So even though the stems aren't worked out, it's baritones at the beginning, and in measure 9 that's first tenors. My Lord and Green Trees is first tenors, and in the first two measures, that's baritones, right, Lewis?
I'm sorry, what measure is that?
First two measures, that's baritones, not basses?
Correct.
Yeah, and in measure 9, that's first tenors, not second tenors.
Correct.
Okay. So here we go. Steal away. Warm it up a little. just to reinforce on sol, the fermata bar, the basses go up an octave within sol, and the baritones have the G flat within my soul. I ain't got long stay. And then we go back to the top. So we'll catch all of that on the second verse, second measure, second time. Back to the top for the last time. So basses just have to remember that happens that one last time. And the rhythm, the notated rhythm sort of is there as a memory, as a structure, but it's fairly free and sustained.
Got a question.
Yeah, please.
On 13, trumpet sounds. In the recording, I seem to remember it saying, "The trumpet sounds within a mountain." So, are there people who are going a third above?
Well, what you just sang was a fourth above.
Okay.
I don't doubt it. I
Okay.
haven't actually listened to a recording, and this was never in the repertory when I was in the chorus, and I don't even think I sang it at a party or a reunion concert. So I'll check it out. Was that Mark? Yeah, I'll give a listen. Yeah, I'm sure somebody interpolated something up there.
Yeah.
It's not in the Bartholomew score, but that doesn't mean we can't sing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the YRC guys were wailing up there. I don't doubt it. Yeah, that would be in the oral tradition. But let's start with come scritto, as Toscanini would say, as written. Can't go wrong with what's on the page for now. Speaking of adding whatever you want, here's Little Innocent Lamb. it sets up the playful nature of the opening bits to add that shadow vowel at the end of the first lamb of the the end of the first phrase. Little lamb, little innocent lamb, lamb. You don't have to. You can stay in the color and the dynamic, but it's nice if it's there. So here we go. One and little lamb, little innocent lamb. I'm gonna serve God. Little lamb, little innocent lamb. I'm gonna serve God till I die. Hypocrite, tell you what he do. Anybody can sing those. They might be solos. He'll talk about me, and he'll talk about you. Talk about me. I'm gonna serve God till I die. Little lamb, little innocent lamb. Serve God till I die. Little innocent, innocent. I'm gonna serve God till I die. Devil, he's got a slippery shoe. I'm gonna serve God till I die. Now, if you don't mind, he's gonna slip it on, slip it on. I'm gonna serve God till I die. 'Cause there ain't no dying, there ain't no dying in that heavenly, 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 in that heavenly, heavenly, in that heaven. 'Cause there ain't no in that heavenly, just take one brick from Satan's wall. I'm gonna serve God till I die. Satan's wall gonna tumble and fall. That should be all the 10 seconds. God till I die. Little innocent lamb. I'm gonna serve God till I die. Little lamb, little innocent lamb. I'm gonna serve God till I die. 'Cause there ain't no dying, 'cause there ain't no dying over heavenly, in that heavenly, heavenly, in that heavenly, heavenly. Ain't no dying, 'cause there ain't no dying over in that heavenly, heavenly land. So what's fun about this is to get the dynamic scheme worked out, and I'll be in front of you reminding you how that goes.
Steve,
Yeah.
speaking of oral tradition, this score, I feel like going down below E from time to time. You have an opinion?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right.
If you got it, flaunt it. And also, there's some first tenors often, especially the second time, do some high stuff at the end sometimes. Благая весть, наша следующая песня, негритский спиритуальная песня. I don't know if we can still say that. Anyway, ain't that good news?
Yeah. Благая весть.
Yeah. I got a crown up in the kingdom, ain't that good news? Crown, so it's crown, good news, and then cross. So again, to swing through is fun, and it seems like we got enough baritones now, so we can just leave it. And I'll try to keep count in that middle section where we sometimes get lost. 2, 1. I got a crown up in the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that good? I got a crown up in the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that good? I'm gonna Did I get the right number of measures in?
Question.
People who know it.
All
Skipping
good,
to-
Steve.
No,
I got the words wrong though. I said good news instead of my Lord, right? I think I said
didn't
good news
notice.
instead of my Lord. My Lord. Anyway, somebody had a question. Tom, was it you?
I do, yeah. On 16:2, I've got a harp up in the kingdom. We skip that.
Yeah, we skipped that whole thing. So if you're looking at that score, on
Yeah.
page 2, here's what happens. On page 2, we sing measure 12, 13, 14. Then we jump to page 30 to measure 31.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the or text. This is the original Dawson. Some publisher talked him into adding that harp verse, and the meno mosso and the whole gentle thing just doesn't work for me.
All right, so
And I learned this from Grammy M down by the fishing hole.
can you do that change again?
Yeah,
sing
on
measure
page
14?
2. Page 2, you sing measure 12, 13, 14. And then the next thing you do is you sing measure 31. So the way I have my pages set up, because I have that obverse and recto. So I have it like this. So I just read straight across. And then of course, once you know it, you're not reading the music anyway. But so it's a really easy cut. Because it just pulls the energy of the song down.
I think.
And once you've got your crown and your robe and your savior, you don't really need your harp, I feel, liturgically speaking.
There's enough good news.
Yeah. How much good news can you take? The harp, you'd have to tune it. It just slows you down.
Fiona, you have a question?
Yeah, I just want to say I would benefit from another run through if we've got a minute.
Sure.
Thanks.
It takes about 75 seconds, but yeah.
That's maybe part of the problem.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah. I never get tired of this song, as the Apollo Club guys will tell you. They occasionally beg me to retire it from the repertoire. So from the top, I can slow it down a little bit. Also, here we go. I got a crown up in the kingdom, ain't that good? Ain't that good news? I got a crown up in the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that good? I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up my cross, gonna take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that news? Let her be. I got a robe up in the kingdom. Ain't that good news? Ain't that good? I got a robe up. I got a robe up. I got a robe up in the kingdom. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down. Gonna shoulder up. Gonna take it home. Gonna take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that good news? Good short. I got a good in the kingdom. Ain't that a good news? In the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that a good news? I'm gonna lay down this gonna shoulder up on my arms, gonna take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that good? Good news, good news. some couple of first tenors add the A, and the rest of the first can stay on the F, just for fun. And first, it is nice for you to cut off in measure 68 after the fermata. Ain't that good news, Lord? Off. So you do cut off. So it's ain't that good news, Lord. And that good news, my Lord. Ain't that good news? You know, the second tenors. So it's a little kind of not exactly cross rhythms, but little overlaps at the end there. Yeah, it goes by fast, but it's good. And then top of 5, the last 2 measures there, you know, baritone second, first, good news, good news, good news, my Lord. And if any second tenors want to stay on the D on Lord, good news, my Lord, that's not the end of the world. There is a 5th part in some of other editions. Fills it in a little bit. Anyway, it's all made up stuff, you know, more or less. Okay, to go to Chariot. Good. The thing with these songs is for them to be precise but not dry. Same with Chariot, you know, so that the cutoffs are together, but it doesn't sound. We don't sound like a glee club. God forbid. So 1, 2. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, morning, not morning. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. Take the G's off. Morning, morning, Lord. Isn't that what we do? Right? We say morning. We don't say morning.
Yeah, we say morning.
Yeah, getting ready. Yeah. So 1, 2. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day. My Lord, my Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. Ready for that judgment day. My Lord, oh my. Are you ready, my brothers? Yeah, 2, 3, off. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, off. Oh yes, I'm ready for the chariot 'cause I'm ready. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning. I'm getting ready for that judgment day. My Lord, oh my. Ready, my sisters? Oh yeah. And there's an accent you pull away, and oh yeah. Do you wanna see your Jesus? Oh yes, I'm waiting for the chariot 'cause I'm ready to go. And hushed, then busy, riding the chariot in the morning, Lord. Hushed. Baritone comes out there 'cause of the moving parts. Hushed again. Busy. Sorry, hushed. Busy, but it's not too loud yet. Riding, riding the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride if you're looking at page 7, at the end of the top of 7 at the end, not to slow down right away. You know, I'm gonna ride. So, you know, sometimes I try to keep it in tempo just to fight the decades of accretion of suddenly slamming the brakes on. So it can be a little bold, but just watch out, baritone. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. And then here it's important that all the baritones remember it's not the G again. I'm gonna ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. Oh, sorry. Morning, Lord. And then I can't. I'm gonna ride in the I think we all grab a breath before that last I'm gonna ride and ride. Morning, Lord. I think we all grab a very quick connecting breath there. Isn't that what we did? I'm gonna ride in the chariot to see. And then there's no breath. See my Lord. And then everybody breathes except the basses who sneak something somewhere. And then sometimes the soloist, Lord, if you've got anything left up there, or a falsettist, or some of the female tenors. Do the high B at the end. Great.
Steve,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna ride where it repeats. Do you think you're gonna vary the dynamic on the repeat, or it'll be the same dynamic each time?
You mean the bottom of 7?
Or the first page
The first page?
at the Senyo. I mean, the various places where it repeats. I'm gonna ride.
Yeah. I probably not.
Okay.
You know, it feels a little fancy to do that, but
Fair enough.
yeah, I think probably not. What? We've got Laz'rus still. How are we doing? Not too bad. Yeah. So Laz'rus, it's good if people can get familiar with the words, at least for the refrain. Dip your finger. Well, actually, there's not that much other than the refrain. Anyway, here we go. I'll just go through it. I'll go a little under tempo for now. About here we go. Poor man Laz'rus, sick and disabled. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. He had to eat crumbs from the rich man's table. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. I'm tormented in the flame. I'm tormented in the flame. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. Rich man Dives, he lived so well. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. And when he died, he went straight to hell. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. I'm tormented in the flame. I'm tormented in the flame. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. I love to shout, I love to sing. Dip your finger in the water, come and cool my tongue, 'cause I'm tormented in the flame. I love to praise my heavenly King. Dip your finger in the water, come and mock serious. It's a kid's song. So even at the end, it's mock stentorian. Good, and it may not even need to go faster than that, if we get it in the groove. It can go faster, of course, and then it's like a Paiduli type thing, except it doesn't accelerate; it just stays in the groove. Great, Eric. You were not on the Zoom when I told the story about I think it was I forget which church on the green had a chime that went, and every time you heard it, wherever you were on campus, you would then sing the rest of the lyric. Those were the days, college days.
I don't remember which church it was either, but it was.
Yeah, I don't think Trinity did. Trinity have a bell tower? I can't remember. They can't take that away from me. You ready? Everybody ready? This has been so much fun with Apollo Club, right, Glenn? And I'm down to one squeak per concert, I think, on this one, on the clarinet. I'm spending a lot of money on reeds, I'll tell you, for this tour. The way you sip your tea. Good. Yeah. And, you know, even those inside harmony parts, when you've got 4, 5, 6 people around you trying to find that same note, it'll be a little easier. Excellent. Okay.
When you say
So-
good, how do we sound?
You sound fantastic. It's yeah. I spent, you know, during the pandemic shutdown, I had just started with a brand new mixed chorus, an SATB chorus here, and I had just started in a new position, and when we came out of the shutdown off Zoom, I said, Jesus, you guys sounded so good on Zoom. You were in tune and excellent rhythm. What happened? So that's the American stuff.
Are we going to run Barbary?
I think we've got a full plate without Barbary.
Okay.
That's my own sense. I know it's a disappointment to some, but I feel like,
full plate. I
and
think
also it's great to see Sam here today. But just thinking also about the eight current chorus folks coming in, and then also the alumni that weren't able to make the DC weekend. Just thinking realistically about the limited rehearsal time we're going to have once we hit the ground in Tbilisi, you know, and the Georgian and Armenian stuff, and then getting unified on the rest of the repertoire, and not blowing ourselves out on the rehearsal time that we're going to have. I don't think we should be over ambitious.
I think it's a fine cut to make.
Yeah. So, and I think we want to present ourselves as well as we can on the stuff that we're doing. I just think to be as idiomatic as we can be in the repertoire that we're doing, and the work that Ray and Lewis are doing on that stuff too. All of it. I think, you know, it's already an incredible accomplishment to have gotten as far as we've gotten with this stuff. And it's, I mean, DC was so encouraging, you know, and I think, you know, we've got those 3 hours before the banquet in Tbilisi in the hotel, and, you know, to make use of that time and then to kind of see where we're at.
Yeah.
Well, and then we have the banquet.
And then we have the banquet. Yeah, you're expecting to get a lot of work done on the Georgian rep there, are you, Ray? Yeah. Okay.
What about the use of music folders during performance? Is that going to be a thing?
Yeah. No. We can reiterate all this. You know, we still have a half an hour, Tom, and I think we should probably look through the Odoia and maybe also go back to one or two of the Armenian and maybe one or two more of the. Oh, I did want to do some Zirvalasya also. I think that would be fruitful, but and we'll review that also, Tom, and also I wanted to talk a little bit about the next 3 Saturdays. But again, to reiterate the policy on folders and sheet music, which I don't think has changed. The singers can use music for anything essentially, and I think the fervent hope is that people who for repertoire that people have sung in concert. We hope that you'll be comfortable singing that stuff from memory. And if you're able to add repertoire, those of you who still have the synapses firing pretty nimbly, and you can add some repertoire to that, great. And hopefully, you know, everybody's got some corner of the repertoire that they've done in concert and will be off book for. And whatever's new to you that you're learning, you can use the music for. And you know, so ideally, everything that's been in a chorus repertoire and some alumni or current members have sung in concert, they'll be off book for. And so there'll be a third to a half of the group that will be using music for a third to a half of the repertoire at any given moment. So get some kind of black folder and have sheet music for everything so that you can study it and use it as necessary. And the conductors, we're gonna be memorized as much as possible. You know, Eric will have music at the piano. I'll need the music for the Gershwin for the clarinet. The people on tambourine and drum will have probably music. Depends on whether they're singing as well or not. Anyway, so that's our story, and we're sticking to it, at least for now.
Question?
Yes.
At some point, or is there a concert order?
Oh, that's gonna. Well, in chorus tradition, that as in event of fire, you'll be notified by mail. We'll probably announce the concert order right before the concert, and if there's an intermission, probably at intermission. I think it's going to change. You know, the concerts in Georgia will be different than the concerts in Armenia.
Let me add to that. In Armenia, we'll be singing a lot of Armenian and not much Georgian, and vice versa in Georgia. So there really will be two different orders, one for the Georgian concerts and one for the Armenian concerts.
Yeah, I got my music written out, in sections, American, Georgian, Armenian, and I don't want to be flapping music around looking for it. I got tabs on everything.
Right. Well, the thing is that it may break out into sacred and secular, so that, for example, the sacred Armenian may interleaf with the Church Slavonic, the Russian sacred stuff. So that's also yet to be determined. So we'll, if we can figure that out in advance, we'll let you know that as well. Yeah. Did you want to do Odoia now? And maybe Zirvalasio is not a priority.
Maybe just review that where we made some, where we fiddled with it.
In Odoia?
Yeah, Ray, I'm thinking maybe from, where did things start? Where did we start changing things around?
Well, at letter C, we reorganized it metrically a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Right. So that's definitely a down, right? So that's how we changed that. That's really all.
Yeah, I tried to catch that in DC. I scrawled in some pencil, but I couldn't quite catch it fast enough. Oh, sorry.
So anyway, I mean, I think that's just going to be easier for everybody. It's just written out better.
You want to sing that for us, Ray?
So, and I think that's what I was singing last week as well, even though it wasn't really reflected on the page. So, and then what else did we change there? I mean, we changed some note values a little bit, not that critical. The one thing I would say that we did change is at letter I. Letter I used to be, choir 1, then choir 2. And so we've taken that out, and letter I will just be tutti one time. Okay, so the music hasn't changed. It's just that it's only going to be tutti one time rather than choir one, choir two. And then the important change, I think, is that at J in the bass, choir two bass goes do do ho. So we've written in that that's closer to an E flat, right? Before it was written as an E natural, so it's much closer to an E flat.
And basses note that that at letter I it's different. So there we've got an E natural written.
Absolutely, yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, Louis, if you, I know the MP3 is a compromise facsimile, but and I don't know, Louis, if you put that up.
I put that up, and I also put up a synthesized score video that's got the synthesized soundtrack with it.
Yeah, and Ray's YouTube is authentic, of course, but also if you are just looking at the score, the MP3 is the score rendered by the computer, so it's close enough that it could be useful. So
Yeah.
all right.
So again, what I would say for Odoia, everybody should listen to. There's a version that's in the learning materials, and it's a version. It's the title of the file is 01 Odoia Samagrello. It says something about Samagrello. So that's the version that is closest to what we're doing. So I would say sing along with that.
Yeah, I just listened to that, Ray, and
Yeah.
it's really, really close, except for J. At the very end, it's a completely different version of
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Well, it's not completely different.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's
different
the same
enough.
sense, but different notes. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe different syllables they sing, but it's the same idea. And just one thing I'll say about J is really what it should sound like is, the emphasis should be on the first beat. So it goes like choir one goes ho do doi. So that's two accents. Then ho do doi, ho do doi, and then and choir two goes doya doi ho, doya doi ho. So the what's now the E flat there is not emphasized. It's doya doi ho, doya doi ho. The first beat every time, and what'll happen is it'll go ho 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 ho, and it'll be like a train starting up, right? That's what it should sound like. So it should sound very percussive. Well, again, I mean, if you listen to that recording, even though the notes aren't the same, you'll get that sense. Yeah, that's anyway. That's the best advice I would say is to sing along with that recording. And then if you need to, and then the MP3s that perfectly reflect the score, that's great for getting the notes. But to be honest, what's the kind of the tempo and the feeling is more important than the actual notes. So, yeah. Is that encouraging or discouraging? I don't know.
It's encouraging.
Does anybody have any specific questions?
So the new version is pretty close to what you want. I mean, it's
Yes.
okay. Great.
Yeah, it is.
How do I print out that new version?
were you able to go to
It's a-
the site and see?
It's in the same folder as the other music. It's dated April 11th.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. It's I mean, the old versions are gone, right?
Correct.
So it's the only version that's there now, but it is dated in the file name. It has the date.
Great.
That's right.
And then, as I said, for any of the solos, the solos are quite free. And so I think, the timing and that kind of thing in the recording, in the recording of the Georgians, won't be exactly what's here. And the way I sing it is not exactly what's on the page for the solos. And to be honest, if you're singing one of these solos, you can do it your way. It's
The notation of the solos was just an effort to fit all the syllables into the bar. So I think I say freely. Well, I didn't say it every time, but it's usually just an effort to get the pitches and the syllables into a bar grouping and get it out of the way in time for the tutti, which has a pulse.
right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I would say, if you imitate what's in that recording, you that'll be fine, but you don't have to do exactly what's in the recording. And you certainly don't have to do exactly what's on the page. I think it's going to be good. I was very like in DC, the one run through we did that's in the recording of that rehearsal, was pretty decent. So considering, none of us had been together before. So great.
I think by the end of the tour, it's probably going to be in pretty good shape.
It'll be great. By the time we leave Sfanetti.
Yeah, exactly.
it'll
Be sure you sing it at the airport on the way home.
I think if we can run through the beginning part, that would be super duper helpful. But the Hododoi part is pretty straightforward once you get into it, but it's the beginning part, making sure we've got all those entries.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you give us an A there? Oh, do you mean with the piano?
Either way, just sort of the interplay back and forth is helpful to run through.
It's a little. Okay, just go with the piano then. Yeah.
Can you all see the score?
Yeah. Oh, doia. Oh, do doia. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, do doia. Oh, doia. Oh, Sorry, I kept mixing my modes.
That was very helpful, Steve.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
great. Great.
While we're stop, Ray, the bass part at measure 57 and 58, heya, waha, heya, those are all capitalized. Is that what you want?
Well, what do you mean? What, like
I mean,
they don't have to be capitalized. They're not words. So
they're not capitalized for the other parts, but they are capitalized for the bass.
yeah, that's of no consequence.
Okay.
Again, I think I've said this before, but through this whole section, it should not be bouncy. It should be kind of continuous sound. So, so it should not be that's absolutely not, right? The only exception is when the basses have this thing that goes whoa ho ho ho. There you can kind of do the ho ho ho. That's the only place. Otherwise, there should be none of that aspiration. So whoa ho 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 di wo de li wo di la wo do ya. Right? So very continuous sound throughout here, not at all bouncy, except for that bass part. Yeah. And I would say that kind of pretty much goes, throughout the song. And indeed, in most Georgian music, I would say it's kind of like that. So it's very rhythmic, but not bouncy. Great.
Yeah, I was trying to not play it too bouncy. That was my legato on the piano. I mean, that was my sustained sound.
That's
best I can do.
Yeah, no, exactly. But no, that's just so people are thinking about it. As
Yeah, I kept your capitalization, your idiosyncratic capitalization when I entered that. I thought it was a tribute to Wawas. The Waha, the capitalization. So what would people like to do? We've got a little bit of time. We can do Zirvalasya.
Well, Steve, usually we end after an hour and a quarter. So
you want to spend?
If you want to run late, do it, but it will be running late.
I thought we booked an hour and a half, but it's up to folks. Whatever you want.
I can keep going if you want.
I'd like to do Zirvalasya.
Maybe just review it. Just go through it. Because it was.
All right, let me dig up the score.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not simple.
What's the name of the piece?
I'm sorry?
The name of the piece?
Zirvalasya Khortovina. Ukrainian.
It's the only one that starts with Z. Or Z, as some people say.
Z down here in the southern province. You know that Vermont and Massachusetts are going to try to join Canada, don't you, Ray? and it's a hard falsetto note to sustain in my memory for the first tenors. So if the female first tenors can wet their whistles and be ready for Pisho.
Otherwise, Joe Pinetti can do it.
And the rest of us may have to join the seconds. Misino ditino zacimtina vino pishov. And seconds, if you're getting dry and patchy, you could join the high baritones. Pishov. You know, if you run out of, if you can't phonate, as they say. And baritones, misinos, ditinos, achimtina vino, pishov. Some of you make sure and go to the F. Don't try to be heroic. Pishov. If the C is challenging, some of you need to be on the C, but we can balance it when we get together. Pishov. It's nice to have that interval, but we definitely need the F. It's important to have the whole spectrum. Questions, and then we'll call it an afternoon.
Clear on the Ukrainian pronunciation?
Please, yeah.
Is everyone clear on the difference between the I with one dot and the I with two dots?
Yes.
All right.
I could use.
I see some shaking heads.
One dot is E and two is I.
Correct. So mi sinu. Those should be two different
okay.
vowels.
Okay.
Actually, let that last phrase, since it goes back and forth, let me just recite that. So it's mi sinu ditino zacinte navinu pishov. So you should hear the difference between the E and the I there in that phrase.
And Steve, if I'm not feeling that low C, up the octave or drop out?
Oh, up the octave. You mean like measure 43?
Yes.
Yeah, up the octave, because it's in the baritone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is written for low bass, so if you feel like you need to go baritone, do it.
Yeah. Great. This is such a great piece to have on this trip.
Steve, before we break, let's review the dates and times of the next rehearsals.
Oh yes, I know that it's we just have a dozen of us here. Sam, did you by any chance get the email that I sent, the dedicated email I sent to the 8 campus singers? Are you still there, Sam? Oh, good.
I did get that email, yes.
Okay, great. I never know with you youngsters how close, how much email is a part of your lives. What that Sunday, May 4th, what that's not school break or anything, right? You guys are, that's not, is that like exam period or reading period or?
I mean, there's been a bit of confusion, I think. I'm not an undergraduate. I was included in that list, however.
But you're a student. You're part of the campus chorus.
Well, no, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
You're thinking of someone else, Steve.
Okay.
Eric.
All right. So I saw the Yale address and I saw that you were staying at the hostel. So, okay.
Understandable.
Okay. Sorry for the confusion. All right. So it may be hard. It may be hard for me to reach them. I have the wrong glasses now. So so folks here on this list, I'm not available May 3rd. I mean, the next 2 Saturdays we can go back to our 3:45 slot. And for some reason, I always thought it was 3:45 to 5:15. I guess.
Not to my recollection, Steve.
Okay. I must have had I must have been thinking of my mortgage payment grace period. In any event,
I have it to
so the
5:15
next
in
two
my-
Saturdays we'll hold the regular time, and then May 3rd I cannot do. I have a rehearsal out here, but I could do May 4th, which is actually the last. It's the last weekend date I have available, because then I have I'm not available the next 2 weekends, and then I'll be in Tbilisi. So, and I thought it would be fruitful or fun or frightening, but interesting to go through the whole repertoire, and maybe book a 2-hour chunk. And I thought Sunday night might, and I, except for the 3 or 4 kids we saw in DC, we've never seen the rest of the New Haven contingent.
That's right.
So I thought we should try to get them on a Zoom meeting before Tbilisi. And I thought a Sunday night might be better.
Sunday 7 to 9?
Sorry?
Like a Sunday 7 to 9?
7 to 9, 6 to 8, 8 to 10,
Right.
And also we have West Coast people. I thought it might be better for some of you guys too. So I didn't know. I'm wide open on May 4th, and it's hard. It's a hard group to canvass everybody. People have busy lives, and a lot's going on. I realize, and these have been really good, and there have been times when we've had 20 people or more on these. So, what do you think? I mean, at some point we'll just set it up. We'll just pick a time and set it up.
Let's just, the people who show up have votes. So I think we should aim for May 4th, and we should pick a time, and as many people can make it.
So if we do 7 to 9,
I think that works.
9 East Coast,
7 to 9 East Coast time.
fine with me.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
That's a great idea, I think.
Okay. And what we'll do, Lewis and Ray, is let's come up. We'll send out the order. We'll just send out the list.
Mm-hmm.
Is
chunks.
the Sunday May 4 in place of the Saturday May 3?
Yes.
Correct.
No Saturday, May 3.
No Saturday, May 3rd. And then Lewis and Ray, you'll decide, because, and then that may be it. So we wouldn't do the weekend of the 10th or the 17th.
Well, let's see. I'm catching a flight on the 11th, so I'm not available after that.
Right. And Ray, you're not available the next weekend
we
either.
could do the 10th, right? We could do the 10th.
We could do
You
the
could
10th.
okay, so you might do something on the 10th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be a final touch up before we
Okay.
reassemble. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. 7 to 9.
So just to recap, next week the 19th, normal time, 3:45.
Right.
Correct.
So April 19th and 26th, 3:45, those 2 Saturdays.
Right. The stand.
Nothing on May 3rd. May 4th, special session, 7 to 9 p.m.
Yep.
with guest appearance by New Haven singers. And then let's put the May 10th one in for Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Special last stop before highway review.
And then nothing on the 17th.
And then
Right.
May 21st, 3:30 p.m. hotel conference room.
Right. If your flight's there in time.
Bring your music and your water bottle
It's in your no-dos.
and your patience and your...
Steve, repeat that last one.
Seriously?
Yes.
May 21st, 3:30 p.m. Hotel Moxie,
Lisi.
Tbilisi. Hotel Moxie. Or is it Roxy? No, it's Moxie.
Do we have information about the hotels, Louis? I don't know that I have that.
We don't, and so let me find out. I will ask and let people know.
Cool, so that we can give it to various people.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
It's a Marriott. I think, or I mean, I've seen information somewhere, but yeah, we can get that out. Terrific.
Very good. Good session, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Bye-bye.